These are two of the best value for money TVs you can get right now, especially keeping in mind that the Black Friday is coming soon. They both have LCD screen with quantum dot color technology. Maybe you're wondering which are the main differences and similarities between these two models, or if the C6K is worth the extra money. And well, as you can see, there are two main differences. The first one, which is the most notorious, is the amount of brightness. For this comparison, I'm using the 55 inches sizes, and it's true the amounts of brightness vary according to each size, meaning a larger size of both models will have higher amounts of brightness. Nevertheless, there will be always a huge difference in favor of the C6K, no matter the size you choose. Look, if you're going to use your TV in a bright room, then save extra money and get the C6K. But if you're planning to use it, especially in a dim or dark room, then maybe the P8K might be enough, especially if you don't want to hurt your eyes. Both TVs have this parameter if you want to improve HDR experience by prioritizing the level of detail or the amount of brightness, or you can set a balanced result. But of course, always the level of detail will be better in the C6K. Both TVs have this option in order to improve HDR results. This means by enhancing contrast, color, and level of detail. This way, SDR content will look like if it had HDR features. As I already mentioned, they both have quantum dot color technology applied to their LCD screens, and they have this dynamic color option for more color saturation. And in general terms, color saturation capacity of both TVs is great. Main difference is that the color volume looks better in the C6K due to its higher amount of brightness. The C6K is compatible with IMAX Enhanced, while the P8K is not, although I don't consider this such a big deal. They both are compatible with Dolby Vision, although the C6K has the Dolby Vision IQ picture mode, while the P8K doesn't. And the main difference here is the level of detail is of course better in the C6K, but more than enough in the P8K. Image upscaling is the same since they have the same processor. Results are better compared to other models. But remember, no current 4K TV will show you 4K results if the content resolution is low. Don't be fooled if sellers promise you the opposite. Gray uniformity is decent, being better in the C6K with less dirty screen effect. Although when you watch content with high color volume, I don't consider that effect being annoying. Viewing angles on both TVs are not as good as promised in TCL website. I mean, the brand claims they have HVA panels, but the pixel alignment is a conventional VA. It means VA panel. However, it's true the results are slightly better compared to other models also with VA panels, but not for a huge difference. Motion handling on both TVs is okay. The main difference is that the C6K has the LED clear motion, which can help to decrease soap opera effect. And both have dynamic acceleration, which improves a lot motion in order to get smoother scenes. Results are slightly better in the C6K. Let's go now with the second main difference between these two models, the backlighting technology. The P8K has a conventional or regular direct LED, of course without local dimming, while the C6K has direct LED with full array and mini LEDs with, of course, local dimming, or simply known as mini LED backlighting technology. Difference is also very notorious in favor of the C6K with a much better balance between black colors and level of detail. Nevertheless, I think the results in the P8K are not bad at all. Clouding effect is not noticeable. Black colors look deep enough, but it's true the level of detail is not as good as it is in the C6K, but may be enough for many users. Keep in mind that the dimming zones in the C6K will be more in a larger size. Now let's go with the gaming experience. Well, here I have to say that the performance in terms of motion is outstanding on both models. They're both compatible with the 120Hz and also 144Hz in 4K, along with variable refresh rate technologies in two of their HDMI 2.1 ports. The difference here is that the TCL C6K has FreeSync Premium Pro, while the P8K a conventional FreeSync. Either way, I personally didn't notice a ghosting effect in any of these models. You also won't notice a screen tearing effect thanks to the variable refresh rate technologies. They both have the same game bar with the same three theme styles. You can activate HDIG if the video game has HDR10. You can play with Dolby Vision for gaming in both models if the video game and the console allow it. You also can improve shadow detail. And the main feature of these game bars are the picture modes. There are only 3 picture modes, but may be enough for the vast majority of users. For many people, the P8K might be considered as the best budget entry-level TV for gaming, or at least one of the best, and the C6K as the best, or at least one of the best, budget mini LED TV for gaming. As for the smart area, they both have the same remote, they have the same hardware, meaning the same amount of RAM, storage, processor and GPU. Same operating system, which is Google TV based on Android 12, same smoothness or user experience. They both have the same menu for the shortcuts and you can modify the position of these icons, which is really useful. And among all these shortcuts, you can find this one in order to change the aspect ratio of any content you watch from any app. And they both support the feature known as multi-visual. Speaking about their speakers systems, in theory the C6K is slightly more powerful, and in practice, in fact it is, performing with a slightly more powerful and sharp result. But for many users, maybe the audio system performance of the P8K might be enough. Here's a small test by using the standard sound mode with Dolby Atmos activated. Now, as a conclusion, of course, it's worth to pay extra money for the C6K, it's especially for demanding users in terms of brightness, especially if they are going to use the TV in a bright room, and also for people who want a better balanced result in dark scenes, and of course with a slightly better audio system. On the other hand, the P8K might be enough for any user that considers its amount of brightness enough, maybe because it's going to be used especially in a dim or dark room, because the dark scenes performance is at least pretty decent. But guys, please let me know in the comment section down below what you think about these models, which one will you buy and why. I remind you guys you can support my channel by doing some purchases through the links I put in the description and also in the first comment. Also click the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching and until next time.